Hi everyone, welcome to our channel. So this is part 4 video on .NET7 Razor page CRUD using one-to-many relationship table sample with the help of EFCore. So previously we have implemented the create operation. Now let's do update operation. Okay, for that let's create the update operation Razor pages. Okay. So inside of the employee folder, let me create a first model file like employee update ch html.cs. Okay. Okay. Here is our update model. Now let's create the on get async method that contains logic. Okay. We are going to fetch the employee and its related records because we have to populate the edit form right with the record existing record. So we have to fetch that record from the on get async method. Okay. So let me create a on get async method public. thing- Okay. Now we have to read our data from the our DB context, right? So let's first inject the database context into our employee update model. For that, let me copy it from any of our previous model. Okay. So add it here and change the constructor name and update the DB context. Import the DB context namespace. Okay. Now I can use DB context for querying my data. Okay. Dot employee and I want to filter single employee record, right? Collection of employee addresses and single employee record I have to fetch. So my action on get async method should contain the input parameter, nothing but the ID of the employee. So I am going to add a input parameter like ID. Okay. This is going to come from the query parameters. Here I can filter it. ID equal to ID. And then I want to include employee addresses also. For that, we know we have to use include method. That comes from the NT framework core. And here we have to specify the name of our navigation property, nothing but employee addresses. Okay. And first star default async. And it should be awaited. And this data should be binded to our form, right? So what I have to do, I have to contain a property for binding the form data. And that property also should read the form data. That means that property must be decorated with the bind property. If you recall our create operation, we have created such one property like that. So I'm going to copy same here. Okay. Along with the bind decorator, we should have a employee type property. This will be used for rendering the form data and also reading the form data. So let me change it to employee to update. Okay. And let's assign the data to this variable. Okay. And finally return just a page. Okay. So we are done with our on get async method. So let's find the data to the form. Okay. And let's create the update form as well. So let's create the update form file, HTML file. Okay. We know initial steps we have to define the route using page directive, right? So I am going to give the employee slash edit. Okay. And its model. pages model, right? Okay, now what I will do, I am going to copy the HTML content from the employee create.cs HTML because lot of code is similar. Okay, so go to employee create HTML. Okay, and let me copy the entire HTML. Okay, paste it over here. Let's do some modifications inside of it. Okay, first thing is it should be update. Okay, and here employee name, new employee name property is not there in our employee update because we have employee to update variable is available. So let's replace it. Okay, so replace with our employee to update variable. Okay, replace all. Okay, that's good. And this button must be update. Okay, ASP for everything will be good. And here we need to add two more fields. Those are hidden fields. So those fields are nothing but to store the ID value of our record because update is based on our primary key values. So we have to maintain the hidden field values for both employee addresses and employee as well. Okay, here let me create the hidden field. So it won't appear on the uh, UI, but it will be in the hidden state. Okay, type hidden. Okay, and I am going to use ASP for data binding. Okay, and ID. Same thing I will do for employee addresses as well. Here we have subform, right? Here, but here we should use like this with indexes. Okay, find it. ID. And if you go to our employee address class, we have foreign key employee ID also. So if you want, you can store it in the hidden field. But what I will say is it is not necessary because already it will be as a child. We are posting it as a child. If you are saving individually, then you have to maintain it. But we are updating along with our parent, right? In that case, automatically employee ID gets populated. Where in the case if you want to update only child, in that case, okay, you have to use employee ID also in the hidden field. Okay, here also you can use hidden field. There is nothing wrong in it. Employee ID, which is a foreign key. So I think that's all about the HTML changes. Only thing major changes, we are adding the ID values in the hidden field so that we can update appropriately. Next, we have to now create the on post async because we are going to read the form data in on post async method, right? So let me create on post async. Just like create updating also very simple for parent and child tables. Okay, on post async. Here I no need any input query parameters. What I will do, I am going to use my old DB context employee dot update. So this method going to update entire object whatever we pass into it. Okay, and next simply call save changes. So both parent and child get updated. Okay, and finally redirect back to our home page, nothing but the index page. Think should be written. I think we are done with the update logic. Now the thing pending is we have to add a link in the index page so that from the index page we can navigate to our update form. Just like we have added create button, right, to navigate to create form. Same way we have to add a link for the update form. So what I will do, I will go to employee index.cs HTML file. Okay. Here we have a column like actions, right? We have already defined the employee details. So here same way we are going to give a navigation for our edit. Okay. So just duplicate this. Okay, it should contain query parameter like ID. Okay, and it should be edit, right? And here we have to give the file name of our uh, browser page. Okay, so here I have to give the update. No need to give the extension name. Okay, now let's test it. Okay, here you can see the edit button, and if you inspect the HTML, we can see the generated link, see employee slash edit with the query parameter. Okay, now if I go to edit, see I am on the update form. And if you inspect it also here, and you can check the hidden field, and that contains our employee ID value. Okay, same way for employee addresses also. Okay, now let me change few fields. Okay, so let me add two in the address city2 and city2. Let's update the form. Okay, here you can see my name is successfully updated. Let's check whether our child classes also updated or not, child table. For that, let's go to details, and here you can see Bangalore 2 and Lucknow 2. That means I have successfully updated the parent and child in single attempt. If you go to our console and if you check, you can observe two update queries will be generated by the uh, our EFCore. Here you can see, sorry, three total number of based on records. Okay, one employee record and two employee addresses records. Okay, so that's it about the update operation. Next, we are going to deal with the delete operation. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope this video delivered some useful content to you all. If you like my video, please do support me by subscribing to my channel as well as liking the video. Soon we are going to meet with new content. Until then, signing off.